Ice cream so good. Thank you, baby. Thank you, baby. Thank you, baby. Ride me like a cowgirl. Ride me like a cowgirl. Right, if you just randomly stumbled across this video, I am so sorry. Truly, I am. But this is the world we live in now. For those who couldn't guess, this video is about NPCs, or, people that can't read. But hey, I don't judge. No judgment. Love a lot. Do you judge? Yeesh. How about you, Funshine Bear? Well, this has already gotten off to a problematic start. Don't know what I'm saying. But yes, I thought we'd look into the weird and wonderful world that is NPC TikTok. Non-playable characters. They've always been in video games for like decades now. Like this guy.
Stop! You violated the law.
Or, this guy could have been a pro, but I took an arrow to the knee or whatever he says. Words to that effect. Non-playable characters. The latest trend on TikTok is now to pretend to be one of these on stream. And it is very lucrative, let me tell you that. People pretend to be these non-playable characters and just say random things repetitively.
Gang, gang.
And give generic responses to things.
Oh, thank you, baby.
Depending on the tokens you give them on TikTok. And you can spend some big bucks doing this. I think for me, and like the majority of the internet, we all kind of became aware of this, apart from the people that like terminally online and actually like this content. No offense. It's like when we saw this person, and she's kind of famous for it, for the Ride Me Like a Cowgirl. So this is like the first ever video I saw of this person. And this is literally it. This is what it's like for the hours she spends streaming. But this is what does it for some people. Clearly because they get thousands of views and thousands of real life currency, not even Fortnite coins. We're talking real currency, because every time people send roses, it means monies. And honestly, I like the hustle. She is the self-titled queen of NPC, and you kind of just got to agree with it because the stats don't lie. But it is kind of funny when you think about it, like not even critically, but just vaguely, profoundly, or not even, I don't know if that's the right word, but when you think about it, like thousands of years ago, Stone Age men were like smacking each other over the head with rocks and, drawing things on the wall. And now we're watching people pretend to be non-playable characters lifetime whilst we give them money. If that's not evolution, I simply don't care. I'm all here for this weird timeline that we're living in. I genuinely feel like the world has been so odd for the last few years that nothing surprises me anymore. This makes perfect sense. This was, I believe, was a direct result of the lockdown. It kind of just made everybody go insane, but that's not a bad thing. And now we get this.
Yeah, amazing.
And if that floats your boat or whatever, there, because I have heard, and I kind of been stumbling around it, I have heard this is a fetish thing, and I haven't really looked into that because I don't get it, and I don't really want to get it. And that's not me being closed-minded. I just don't get it, and I don't want to awaken anything in me. It's more like I'm scared. What if I'm like, oh yeah, this is so cool, and then I'm now bound for the rest of my life to ask my partner to play a non-playable character.
Gang, gang.
And that would be an awkward conversation. It would be like, so honey, Love a Lot's not my partner, by the way. Nor is Funshine Bear.
Gang, gang.
You'll notice from the last video, I'm going off on a tangent, I just had Love a Lot, but then I felt bad, so I had to get Love a Lot a friend. So there's Funshine Bear. Anyway, but imagine that having that conversation with your partner. How do you tell them that? What really gets me going is if you act like the I took an arrow to the knee guy from Skyrim. I like that. That really rustles my feathers in the right way. I want you to be the dog from Grand Theft Auto. I don't know how dark and weird that world gets, and I kind of want to stay oblivious to it all, if I'm honest. So we're just going to look at the evolution of NPC talk and kind of just dance around it, because I don't get it, but I'm not hating on it, okay? I'm not shaming any of you weirdos, degenerate weirdos. I'm not shaming any of you guys. Fair play. Do your thing. I guess. Cool. And of course, this self-titled queen of NPC. I feel like when you get this big and you're online so much doing this thing, there are gonna be moments that happen, you slip up or something, and it creates for some funny content for some people that, don't religiously watch your content or don't watch it at all like a normal human. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to shame you. If it's your thing, fair play. I buy Care Bear builder bricks, we all leak oil somewhere. Do your thing. But anyway, like I said, once you spend that much time on the internet live as well, and you can't really, edit things in post, embarrassing things are going to happen. And one of the notable things that happened to this NPC is her child came out and she breaks character and she's just like, get out my room. Here's the example.
Gang, gang, gang. Hey, what is wrong with you? Then what's up?
Hey, what is wrong with you? I like how she's like, gang, 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 gang. Hey, you can see the eyes switch up. She goes from being completely just dead behind the eyes to oh, I need to be a parent. Hey, what is wrong with you? Which for the child must be so jarring. You get locked in your room. I don't know if they get locked in the room, but for the sake of the story, you get locked in your room for hours a day so your mother can pretend to be a video game character. How do you process that as a child? Or is it one you kind of just have to put to the back of your head and it kind of comes exploding out when you're 40 because you can never hold down a long-term relationship, and every time you have a relationship with a woman, you treat them them as an object because you just see them as non-playable characters and you don't really know what reality is and you're kind of detached from it all. But because you stuck it down in the back of your head so deep and far, you don't really know what to do anymore, and you become this like really weird non-functional functional 40-year-old that people look and assume you're an adult and that you're functional because you're old and you have wrinkles, but really you're just a little boy who's confused because his mother didn't give him enough attention as a child, and that must be really tough. I can't relate to that though. But anyway, yeah, but it is robes. I always feel bad for channels where there's a parent and you can see the child must have to go for a lot. It's mainly like with those family vlog channels. I always think, is this morally correct? Like, you're making your child content, but she's obviously not doing that in this case. It's just like seeing your mother be a content creator or seeing your like legal guardians be a content creator must be so jarring and weird to understand. But hey, not my battle, not my demons. Maybe she'll do like a BetterHelp digital therapy sponsor during a live stream and be like, get some help. You can speak to somebody. Gang, 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 gang. Ride me like a cowgirl. Speaking to someone so good. And that little boy will see that, you know, ad read and reach out and get the help he needs, which would be poggers. But I do find it wild that that's like the weird dystopian world we live in now, where like you're like this lifetime creator playing a character and like you kind of forget that this person has a whole entire life outside of that. Like she's probably like a really regular normal human being that does human things like going out and eating, going to the bathroom, like, you know, just like a normal human can, but she's just such a convincing NPC that I forget that she would have chosen to procreate and psychologically damage a child and make him be a, hey, we're not going down that route again. But this is like, really is like going down Alice in Wonderland's rabbit hole, really. That sounded weird, but you know what I mean? Like in the movie when she falls down the thing into Wonderland. Is that the right movie? Anyways, because now like you look at this, the queen of NPC, and there's now like a bajillion other NPC streamers because you realize it's how you make bank. Obviously like big streamers have had a go at it, like Kai and Speed, which is cool, I guess. It's just obviously big creators jumping on the trend, you know, so they can secure the bag and hustle, which I'm kind of all for. Yeah, people that supposedly have this as a fetish must be having a field day that they have so many content creators to choose from. Yeah, that's a wild sentence to say, but there we go. But there's like a plethora of really entertaining NPC accounts. Like, look at this.
Yes, you got me feel like a cowboy. Let me ride.
Thanks for the roast. Smells so good.
This is 3 people who have like their actions so locked in they can do it. What's the word I'm looking for? Everyone does anything the same. Symbolically. Like divers do it. Synchronized NPC streamers. It's wild. Look.
You got me moving like a bed bug. Thank you for the galaxy. We love you. Thank you for the galaxy. We love you.
Like, this is amazing. Like, how do you realize you all have this talent together that you can all, you know, do this? It's incredible. Do you reckon one was like, I want to go on holiday this summer and I don't have any money? And the others were like, yeah, same. And then they were just watching NPC stream and they're like, we could do that as 3. And you can. It's impressive, you know? Do I get it? No. But do I think it's impressive? Incredibly so, yes. But like, imagine if like one of their like legal guardians walked in like halfway through. How do you explain that you're all dressed up the same? You're all mimicking each other. Like, how do you have that conversation at the table? I would love to be a fly on the wall in that situation. The family probably see how much money you can make from doing this and think, yeah, keep doing it. Keep putting your face online. Who cares about future employability? Just keep making that money, please. And I don't get why it would hurt future employability. I've never really understood that argument of like, this will not get you hired in 20 years. Realistically, why would someone care what you did online as long as it's not like rude or offensive? Why does it matter? An odd way to look at social media presence. Anyways, that was a bit too deep. Look, this TikTok perfectly proves it. When you find out you can make an extra 2 to 4K a month by acting like an NPC, that's mad. What is the average salary in America? So the average salary is $53,000 in America, apparently, according to this Google search. Actually, I think it could have been a Bing. Ugh. And this person's saying you can make an extra 2 to 4K. That'd be life-changing, I think, for most people. It would, you know, change my life. Damn. Maybe I should ride me like a cowgirl. Ooh-wee. Yeah. Thank you, baby. Oh, goodness. I can't do it, which is surprising, as you know, I'm a grown man sat next to 2 Care Bears. You think this guy has no shame. Maybe it's not a lack of shame. It's just more like a perpetual self-awkwardness that I've never been able to shake off in my entire existence. And I think being an NPC would be like the final reason why for me, I think. But yeah, I just couldn't bring myself to do it. And I was actually having a candid conversation with my colleagues today, being like, one of them was like, you could make so much money doing this. We all could do it as a team. We could be like a fatal 3-way. And I was just like, I think that would be like the final straw for my parents as well. Like, they already have to explain when like their friends ask, oh, what does Cal do now? He uploads videos to the internet of him by himself. No, it's not male solo. Well, I am actually on a couch by myself, but I'm filming commentary videos, mum and dad. Oh. Anyway, there really is something for everybody on the internet, and you don't even have to be ashamed anymore. It's just there. Okay. I generally genuinely do wonder, do you reckon in like future careers fair, there'll be people at like one of the stores being like, you can become an NPC TikTok streamer. Come with us to learn how to be one. Yeah, so good. Course so good. Woo, yeah, woo, yeah. Like, it sounds silly and it sounds like I'm being like over the top, but this is clearly a very profitable market to be in for lots of people. So like, could you do crash courses in NPC TikTok? Is there, like, we're gonna have to search now, aren't we? Like, just because my mind will need to know. Can I get a crash course in NPC? I can't find one, but I'm sure there is some like Instagram that's paid for followers that is selling a course. You know, that's just the world we live in. Long gone are the proud days when kids wanted to grow up to be a YouTuber. Now they want to be ruddy NPC streamers. I just don't get it. I'm gonna be a gammon head, aren't I? Eventually, I'm not just not. I'm already not understanding it. I don't get the thrill. I don't get like how it could even be fetishized. Is it because they're brainless? Like, what's the appeal? Is it because they can literally only say a selected amount of things, and you're like, oh, Kiwi? And I feel like this is just now. I'm just sounding like a middle-aged man rambling, just being like, I don't get it, like one of those intolerant buffoons. But I don't. If one of you people that are into it can explain in the comment section why it is cool, that would be useful, wouldn't it? I also kind of just admire the like just the transparent shithousery that comes with this, like, you know, other creators jumping on it because they know it can give them a bigger platform, and then also plugging your other channels halfway through your NPC dialogue as if we wouldn't notice, or would notice. That's probably why they did it. But look,
Crunchy corn, yum. By the way, guys, Cherry Crush TV on
like what I find hysterical is her accent really changes. It's like, I'm hungry, and then boom, drops in some thick Aussie accent, plugging the Twitch TV, because, you know, content creators are there to make the bag. No one's saying that being an NPC is a passion. No one can like try and shit house it like, you know, how loads of content creators do when they're like, you know, I just do this because it's my passion. I don't even think about the money. As you know, they turn up in their chauffeured car. They live in like a penthouse in like central London. No, everybody knows why you do this. Yes, you may enjoy it. That's great, you enjoy your job, but you know, you get paid astronomically well for this. You're not relatable. I'm just like you, and with enough thank you baby, thank you baby, rhyme me like a cowgirl, you too can be like me. No, you're a millionaire who got rich off of this. Yeah, no, so that's the thing. I kind of like appreciate the shithousery. At least that person's being transparent with it. You know, just check out my streams where I actually probably act like a vaguely normal human being and not this uncomfortable 5-line character that I do for like 2 hours a day to pay rent every month. You know what I mean? And you know, with that, I guess the market becomes more saturated and people need to innovate, you know, to garner an audience on NPC Talk. And this is when I found this account.
Hey, thanks for the rose. Anybody heard that? Hey, thanks for the roar.
This person is doing it in public, which I don't know how you don't feel like so incredibly awkward when you do that. Like, fair play. Like, I admire it. You've got to be built so incredibly different to be okay doing this. Like, just imagine being like an OAP or just someone that's not like clinically online. So a normal human, but they're not going to be found watching my channel. That was, oh, yeah, I can't even justify that one. Anyway, so a normal human just walking to the mall, maybe they're going to go buy themselves some cargo pants or whatever. And then they see this, they're greeted with this, someone dressed up like Spider-Man just saying the 5 lines over again. Would you think they're having a psychotic break? Like, if aliens came down and they saw this, would they just be like, yeah, we don't want to invade this planet anymore, they make us uncomfortable? And like the alien goes back to its mothership and they're like, oh, why, Clive? Yeah, because aliens are called Clive. Why does it make you uncomfortable? They just said the same 5 words over and over again, and they look through me. I even gave him a shot with my laser beam, 5 cannon, 5 billion. Don't know what I'm saying. And they just said, thank you baby, ride me like a cowgirl. Woo! Yeah, that does sound pretty fucked up, Clive. Let's go home, blow up Mars or something. And that's how that went. But yeah, shit's bussin'. No cap. Don't know what I'm saying about that. Oh, that rhymed! One moment I did find good and interesting though, and actually gave me joy, was when some absolute mad Chad mega lad turbo geezer donated like a £70 thing on TikTok, and this was the Queen of NPC's response.
Oh, daddy, you gave me the car I wanted. Yes, this is my car now.
Was it worth it? Lucy G, £70. And she was like, it's mine. Yep, yeah, it is. Was it worth the money and the shame from your legal guardians? I'm joking. Like, if this is your thing, slay, get it. It's the 21st century. Go crazy. You know me. Ooh, I now sound like an NPC, but I'm actually just being like one of those generic influencers that just say the most agreeable thing to get the right response from the audience. Anyway, but was it worth it? Like, do you think that's worth £70? At that point, are you also like a pay pig? Like, you're paying money, someone that really doesn't care, they're just saying generic lines. There's so many layers to it, and that's why I don't want to dive too deep into it because it just makes me uncomfortable, really. Kind of does. Let's see what the comment section on his video is saying. $70 is crazy. If you're broke, just say that laughing face. Why does that have likes? No matter how wealthy you are, spending £70 on a virtual car is not tangible. That lasts like 10 seconds just for NPC lady to say one line different. Thank you, baby. That car mine, or whatever she articulately said. Incredible stuff. I don't know how she thought about that on the spot. Did she think about it on the spot, or does she reckon she's got a list of lines wrote out that like she says for each gift? There's so much to think about. Maybe I didn't realize how hard this job is until now. I didn't give the queen of NPC enough credit. It's incredible, you know what I mean? It really is inspiring. And you know, those nurses, those doctors, those people on the front lines, they don't have anything compared to that. That's some tough work. And that's not me hating. Like at this point, when I look at like weird and wonderful jobs in society that were definitely just not a thing 6 months ago, I'm kind of just like, yeah, fair enough. It's just sheer shithousery at this point. Just be like, yeah, cool, and just crack on and do your own thing. Like I feel like giving energy and like getting annoyed at these things will not change them. If anything, jobs like this are going to become more and more common, so you might as well just think, yeah, fair. And if you want to dip your toes into it, do it, because you know you can make some wonga and be an NPC. Doesn't that sound tempting? Not for me, but for some, sure, yeah, get it. It is crazy though, watching everyone's different takes on it. Like, look at this. Kayla is inhaling nail varnish and then putting it on her septum piercings, which I have, but I will not be doing, because isn't it toxic? Will Kayla's nose fall out and then we'll see like an advert in like 10 years time being like, almost like, you know, like in FNAF. I'm sorry I'm taking that, I just love FNAF. When the animatronics are broken and glitching and Kayla's just like, gang, because she smelt too many nail varnish fumes and it rotted Kayla's brain. And then Kayla really is an NPC that can only say 5 lines. Big L, Kayla. But I think this has to be my favorite of the NPCs that I just randomly stumbled across when searching for this video.
I'm packing my bags and I'm popping, right? I'm going on holiday. Psych! That can't be the ops behind me. Surely not. Let me check. I said more, man's kind of hungry, you know, roses.
Like, imagine this being like one of your boys in your group and you're like, oh, what's Dave doing? Is that the ops behind me? Like, I love it personally because I'm all about, you know, just absolute shithousery and just doing whatever makes you happy. But I do feel sorry for my friends back home that are known as like, yeah, you know, Cal makes YouTube videos and thinks he's a YouTuber. Imagine Dave. Have you seen Dave? He thinks he's an NPC and all of his friends have to be like, yeah, still hang out with him though. That's me just saying sorry to my friends back home. Anyway, the world of NPC talk is interesting. I'm actually generally curious how long this trend will last. Like, I'm trying to think of something comparable. Do you remember the sleep streams where people would pay to wake people up on stream? And you'll see it all over TikTok. People just slept on this and then some random loud noises would go off and they'd be like, and then they pretend to be asleep again. I wonder how long the queen of NPC land will be able to monetize this. You know, hopefully forever, because I want all my peers to secure the bag by any means possible, as long as it's morally and legally okay. But after this dive into the weird and wonderful world of NPC talk, do I understand it? No. Will I understand it? No, because it's not meant for me, and that's okay. Not everything we see on the internet has to be for us, is what the internet has taught me. There's literally space for everyone. There's space for grown men that have Care Bears. There's space for furries, not connected, just came to my mind. There's space for literally everyone. And you know, if you want to watch NPC talk and give them your hard-earned money, spend £70 on things, and then call people a broke boy just for asking whether that was a good thing to spend £70 on, who am I to judge? I'm not going to hate on it. I know I made a joke at the beginning saying you're weird for watching this and enjoying it, but I don't really care. It's not that deep, is it? Like, if this is what makes you happy and it just makes existing that little bit easier with the monotony of life, that's okay. I always think it's weird when people take these things and they're like, this is dumb and this is a degradation of society and it's wrong and it's evil. Yes, you know, it might not be good for society, but like, ultimately, who cares at this point? There's no goal to life. Just have fun. And if this is your calling in life, to be an MP3 streamer or just enjoy it, fair play. Go get it, I guess. Major slay. Yep. So that was me looking into NPC talk. Don't know what conclusions we came to. I hope you guys have inferred something from my ramblings, because I haven't. I just saw them and then today at lunch and I was just like, yeah, I want to talk about that. That's funny and random. So I hope you got some sort of enjoyment from that. This has been your boy Cowder's Life, and if you're new here, please feel to subscribe, like, comment in any sort of order. Don't know what that means. I kind of just say it sporadically in some videos. I will see you guys next time. Love you lots. Bye. Wait, I don't love you. Sorry.